Many people learn languages to make friends. They want to learn a new language and open themselves up to a new culture and be able to communicate and make friends with people using this other language. They also think it's a great way to study because you can use the language with people through conversation to improve your language abilities. But what I've come to realize as I was studying Chinese is that you need to get quite good at the language to make genuine friends and have genuine connections. If you're a native English speaker, you've probably met people before who don't speak completely fluent English, and you're friends with them, they're friendly people. It's just when they speak, it's harder for you to sometimes understand what they're saying. And it's hard to have deeper communications and not even just getting into emotions and all the deep emotional connections, that type of thing, but even just surface level stuff. If you like sports, it's harder to ask them, did you watch the game last night? Did the team you want to win? All these things are a lot harder. And if they spoke quicker, if they spoke more precisely, so you didn't have to do a lot of follow-up, you guys would be able to develop a deeper connection. So when you're the language learner, if you can't say very much besides, hi, my name is whatever, I like this. If you're limited to very basic things, you talk slowly, and especially you talk with a heavy accent, it's really going to hinder your ability to make friends and to use the language in a friendly manner with friends and develop connections. So if you're a beginner and you have this strategy, what do you need to do? How do you need to fix this? What you need to do is you need to focus on pronunciation from the beginning. That's important. You need to develop your listening. So if someone asks you a question, you are able to understand it and you don't give a response that doesn't make any sense. You need to develop pronunciation. You also need to increase your speed with which you speak. You need to be able to speak a little bit faster. You don't have to speak incredibly fast. In fact, speaking too fast might make it a little blurry what you're saying, especially if your pronunciation isn't super clear. I've been trying to slow down my own speaking when I make these videos because I realized sometimes I talk a little too quick, and it's better to make your points. You can talk with a slow cadence. That's okay. But what I would prefer you don't do is have long pauses. That's the worst thing, is if there's long pauses. You can talk slower word by word, but long pauses where you completely don't know what you're trying to say, those make conversing in the language a lot harder. So don't be demoralized by everything I've said. Actually, a silver lining here is that you don't need as sophisticated of a vocabulary as you might think. You don't need to learn how to say words like elegant, like vivid, weird adjective words to make things poetic. You can get away with having a more basic vocabulary. But those words that you do learn, you need to pronounce them properly. You need to have them at the front of your brain, at the forefront of your mind, so you're able to produce them quickly when you're speaking, so you don't pause looking for the word. You need to understand all of the nuanced vocabulary in the domains you're interested in, so that you can make friends in the native language who are also interested in those domains. So if you like sports, learn all the words associated with the sport you like. Learn how to say the names of some of the key players so that you can talk about them. Learn how to say your favorite NBA team. Learn how to say their name in Chinese. So when you make a Chinese friend who likes basketball, when you meet a Chinese friend who likes basketball, you can say, my favorite team is blah, blah, blah. My favorite player is this. He's really good at shooting 3-pointers. You can say all these things. Oh, their new coach is trash. I don't have a good hope for their future. You can say those types of things, and then you can develop a connection with people who have similar interests to you and have genuine conversations. But if you're limited to saying, I like basketball, if that's all you can say, you're not going to make any friends with that. Yeah, they'll be nice to you, they'll nod their head, but they know that your communication is limited. And if they're bilingual, if they speak English, they're going to want to switch to English if they want to become your friend. They'll amuse you, oh, you speak some Chinese, cool. Let's speak English, because then we can have a deeper conversation. They're not going to be able to be friends with you in the foreign language if you're too limited. Once you get to the point of parity, where your second language is closer to how good their English is, or whatever the case may be, if they don't speak any English, when you get to the point where you can speak the language at a conversational level and have command over the pronunciation, your speed, have good cadence to how you talk, then you'll be able to make friends and use this method. So that's my 2 cents on using language to make friends. And in the description, I have a free PDF for download. You just have to give your email, and the PDF is about the strategies I would have used to learn Chinese if I had to start over again. So you can find that in the description. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested, subscribe.